Hello, it's Ruby, and today I thought I would vlog. So it's currently about 8 or a few minutes to 8, and I've got dressed and I'm going to go downstairs and get some breakfast. I've just finished my smoothie bowl and now I am just drinking my matcha and reading On Murder as Considered One of the Fine Arts by De Quincey, which is quite a worrying title really. It's an early Victorian essay and it's way before The Picture of Dorian Gray. We're studying that this week in the Victorian module, which is honestly an absolute delight to be able to do. Like, I feel so privileged to be able to study this book. I thought this essay would be worth reading just because it gives some context on how murder became romanticised, and it definitely is romanticised to some degree in The Picture of Dorian Gray, so it's really quite amusing. I must say, it's satire of course. So I'm just going to sit here, drink my delicious matcha and read this. As you can see, I started off at my desk, but then I sat down next to the radiator, and I've actually, since I rearranged my room, I've really enjoyed sitting on the floor here to read on a cushion. It's just very comfortable. I'd read half of this essay last night, and so I read the other half now, and then I wrote up my notes on Notion. I've just finished reading that paper and it was actually so funny. It obviously is highly satirical and you can't take it as being truthful, but it really points out the fears surrounding immorality in Victorian England and kind of the fear of moral degeneration. But then at the same time, kind of the beginnings of the decadence movement and this resistance to Victorian standards of morality. Yeah, really interesting. I think if you liked The Picture of Dorian Gray, you should read this. It's really short. You can find it online for free. So here I'm doing some extra reading for my Victorian module, and one thing which I've noticed in these readings is how often these academics use census data, which brings me on to the sponsor of today's video, which is the 2021 census. So the first modern census was during the Victorian period. Slightly before, in 1798, Thomas Malthus published his essay on the principles of population, which basically warned that owing to population growth, demand for food would eventually outweigh supply. And this led to fears from the government, which encouraged the passing of the 1800 Census Act, meaning the first UK census was in 1801, but then the first modern census was in 1841. The census was so key for tracking population growth in the Victorian period, so if you look at this chart you can see the population really did grow during the 19th century. The census is a hugely important survey which happens every 10 years, and the data which is collected is used by the government, local councils, charities, organisations to inform activity and to provide those services. And so it's so important that we as students complete the census so that we can be represented. Census Day was on the 21st of March, but you can still complete your census if you haven't already. Of course, I've completed mine, but I'll leave that down below. It doesn't take too long. Really would encourage you to do it. And yes, let's get back to the vlog. So I read one critical essay here, and then I moved on to doing some writing. It's 11:30 and I have just spent some time writing, basically since I last checked in with you. I'm currently rewriting the book that I finished last year, and I'm writing like a section every day, but I got kind of carried away with this and I ended up managing to write 3 sections just this morning, which I was not expecting myself to be able to do. I am now going to do a ballet fit class because I'm trying to do one of these every late morning because I'm really trying to pay attention to looking after my body when I'm studying and making sure that I look after my back, because I sit down and work for a long time every day, and so I'm just really making an effort to break that up with exercise and movement. So I'm going to do a 15-minute class probably. That was so nice, and now I'm going to go downstairs. I'm not sure what I'm going to have for lunch, but I want to maybe put some vegetables into roast, so I'm going to go work downstairs at the kitchen table, I think, whilst that's cooking. Okay, my cauliflower is roasting, and I am now going to do some extra critical reading for my Holocaust Remembrance module. Every week I will do at least 2 pieces of reading from the that's recommended to us in Ellie, just because it aids with understanding and I know that it's worth doing. I want to make the most of the modules that I do. Here are all of the texts that we've been recommended that we could read. I think I'm going to do the Tim Cole reading. The chapter that's relevant for this week is the only one of this book I haven't read yet, so then I would have finished that book. I'll probably end up doing more than 2 for this week because I really because I'm particularly interested by what we're studying. So whilst I was waiting for my cauliflower to roast, I got on with that critical reading, as you can see. So I read one 20-page article, and then I skimmed through the introduction and conclusion for one of the books because I didn't think I probably needed to read the whole thing, and I just wanted to get a gist of what the book was arguing. And then I started reading a sermon which had also been recommended to us. I've just read 2 essays and I've started reading through a sermon which we've been recommended to, but it's been half an hour, so I'm going to go downstairs and get my lunch. So I know that I've already done a yoga class today, but I really feel like doing another one, so I am going to do one more in my room, just like a 10-minute one, again to break up work a little bit. I haven't really been working much this afternoon though. I wrote a letter to a young family friend, like he's 6. Also, I finished reading that book for my module, and I'm going to do a yoga flow. I think I'm going to do some organisation bits as well because I recently rearranged my room, as you can see, like with my bed. So I'm just trying to figure out the right storage spaces for everything now because my room has slightly changed. Here we go again, another yoga workout. I'm really enjoying yoga, really enjoying it, and I did one by Isabel Page. If you haven't watched Isabel's content, it is incredible. And after doing that, I did do some more work, but I didn't film this, so this is cutting to me going outside and playing with the dogs for a bit, and also going on the trampoline. As I said, it's just important to get fresh air every day, and I usually leave this too late. I mean to do this in the morning, really early, and I don't always, but I always feel so much better for getting some fresh air. I can't believe I'm only just coming outside because it's so mild today. It feels properly like spring. Then I was going to go on a walk to the post box, but I had left it too late and I had a study group call, so I couldn't do that, and instead I went upstairs and prepared a little bit for that before I got started I think we started at 5:30 and we went through until 7. Currently in my study group call, we've just run out of time on Zoom. We're starting back up.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
Morning, it's currently 7:15 and I've just woken up. I woke up at 5:40, but I was just feeling quite tired still, so I slept in a little bit and I am now feeling very refreshed and very just kind of like, I'm in such a good mood, which is lovely. Like, it's always great to wake up like this, and I feel like I've got loads of energy and I just can't wait for the day to get started. So I'm going to start by doing some morning yin yoga, and I'm just really looking forward to that too. I made my bed and I am really loving how my bedroom is looking at the moment. I have a room transformation video coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And I did some morning yin yoga, which was so relaxing. Then I made my dad and I some smoothie bowls. These are just green spinach and banana smoothie bowls. Delicious. Always add yogurt to them as well, because yogurt goes with smoothie bowls so well. Whenever I come out on a walk like this, everything is put into perspective pretty much immediately, and I realise that these things that I do on autopilot, there are so many things I just wake up and do them again and do them again, and work through a to-do list and just tick, 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 without necessarily really being present. Like, there are so many tasks I do in my day without being present, and I find that going on a walk like this, when I come back, like, I want to be present and I want to appreciate every single moment of doing that task, even if it's not the kind of thing that you conventionally would be really present in. Doing a piece of critical reading isn't the kind of thing that you expect to be hugely present in the same way that you would be when standing in a beautiful field like this. But I think you can be present in any moment, and I think the trick to romanticising your own life and appreciating every moment is trying to be present in everything. So I had been tasked with writing up the study group notes that we'd taken the night before, so I went through the minutes I'd taken and I wrote it up into something which was a little bit more coherent that I could post on the main forum. That took me about an hour to do, and then I did the sourcebook reading for this week. I always just do this on my iPad, I annotate it, and then I write up the key thoughts and notes into Notion. It's 11:15 and I am just going to quickly choose my modules for next year before doing a ballet workout, because I'm starting to get a bit stiff from sitting down, so it'll be good to just move around a little bit. This is such a massive decision.
This video is an overview of the process of online module selection, taking
So I already knew 3 of the modules I was going to do, but the final one I just can't decide on. There are 4 I'm trying to choose between. I researched each of them quite extensively and started looking at some of the secondary material that they recommend, like the kind of critical essays on this material, and just seeing if I'm like how interested I am in them. But they're all just so fascinating. There's a poetry and politics one, an anti-literature one, and a life writing one, and all of them just look so great. I was just going to do the ballet class, but I really feel like doing another yoga flow, but a more intense one this time, because obviously the yin yoga was just really relaxed. So I'm gonna do a like 15-minute class and then go have lunch. Yeah, I've just really got into yoga recently and I'm really enjoying it. I need to get my own yoga mat though, because this is my mum's. It's not even a yoga mat, it's an exercise mat. Look, it like leaves imprints of your feet on it, because it's really foamy. I procrastinate buying things so much, but I do really want to buy it because my mum doesn't like me using hers all the time. Okay, I finished with yoga and now I'm gonna go and get myself some lunch. I'm not sure yet what I'm gonna have, just gonna see what's in. I've really been enjoying Nourish bowls for lunch recently, and oh my goodness, this one looks amazing. Got some edamame as well. I now have a seminar, so before that starts I'm just going to go downstairs and get some water, because I always get so thirsty in seminars. I always have my camera on in seminars, even if I'm the only one with it on. Usually there's at least one other person in the seminar who has hers on though. Okay, audio off, and take away the camera though before I click join, otherwise there'll be a massive camera filming the screen and everyone will be very confused. And then after my seminar, my mum, sister and I went on a very short walk to the post box so I could finally post that letter. I spent the evening just relaxing. I think I watched a film with my family. It was just a very nice, relaxed evening. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you have a productive week.